Hey guys, it's Jess with Bluegrass Homestead. I just want to give a quick garden update. These are our peppers right now and our tomato plants, and I actually need to come through today, and I'm going to take my clippers and my little twisty ties. We're going to take our tomatoes up to the top row and I'm going to prune them up. You see we got a lot of fruit. We had a big storm last night and some of it actually got knocked off the vine, but I think we're going to be okay with what we still have. So got a lot of work to do in the garden. Get you a close-up of some of these peppers in just a second. Alright folks, I wanted to come in on this plant in particular because I want to show you all what it looks like after you've done a hard pruning and how vigorous these plants are. Some people think when you do a hard prune you're going to basically kill it. You can see every point which we cut off a branch to let the fruit grow. And this, all of this foliage up here, this is just a week and a half, 2 weeks worth of growth. So the plant's not going to die if you do a hard prune. In fact, it'll try to come back stronger, and it's always constantly trying to get back to the ground. It wants to get back in the ground. It wants to root and make more plants and proliferate. So for example, on this one, I got to do a whole other hard prune. Anything that is not bearing fruit is a sucker and is just going to try and get back to the ground. So we can trim this up quite substantially and the fruit will make it and the plant will still live. It'll be good. So I want to give you guys an example of that. You can see here where all the prunes now. So here you can see this is where we stopped. This is as big as it was when we stopped. Okay, so this is all new. There's nothing coming from down here. Okay, you maybe got like one little sprig here, but once you've pruned the stem up, it's all going to be new at the top. There's not going to be a lot going on at the bottom where you've already pruned it. So you got to come back in and keep pruning it. Takes a lot of work, but when you're doing a market garden and you want to have produce for your customers and then some for yourself for canning and storing, you gotta get these plants to where they're making as much fruit as possible and they're all healthy and strong, full of nutrients. I want to give you guys an example of that. So we're going to continue down this row and tie up all these tomatoes. Alright, and this is what it looks like now. Things tied up and pruned back. These plants are heavy with fruit. Did a lot of trimming. I didn't actually over trim this time. I don't want to over trim them. So they're all looking good up in here. A big thing of tomatoes over here I found. See if I can find them again. I threw them in the pile. The good news is in the garden that I found a bunch of June bugs, but they were eating on the pulp. They weren't touching any of our produce. It was pretty cool. Yeah, so all this pulp in here was getting munched on by the June bugs. So that's a good sign in your garden that everything's really healthy when the pests don't choose your produce, they choose everything around your produce. Healthy soil means less bugs. I did find a couple of those really big caterpillars that have the sharp spike on their tail. The no-no caterpillars, but so guys, here's the garden update. Hope you enjoy it. We've got a couple of volunteer tomatoes, not where they're supposed to be, but what are you gonna do? It's just more tomato, more produce. So gotta pick a bunch of peppers. Pick a peck of pickled peppers, I guess. Yeah, this one's loaded. It's a tiny plant, and it's almost all pepper. It's crazy. All these little seeds on here. All these little baby peppers. It's a good year for peppers. I think a lot of people are having a good year with peppers. It's great. Last year it seemed to be all berries. People didn't get any peaches. Not everybody, but a lot of people didn't get peaches. But man, did they get berries. They got raspberries and blackberries and strawberries coming out their ears. This year it seems to be peppers. And the peach tree up the road from us is completely loaded down. Looks like it's got a break in half. So, might be a good year for peaches. Who knows? Every season's different. I hope you guys are having an excellent day. And get out there and garden, grow some stuff. It's not too late to plant. Great time to plant watermelon and fall gourds right now. And the reason for that is because when you harvest your gourds, a lot of people used to keep them in the root cellar. If you want them to last all winter, you can't harvest them early in the summer. You got to harvest them really late. So they'll grow up until the fall, harvest them, and then people used to store them in the root cellars on a shelf, someplace dry, someplace cool. And you had squash and gourds all winter long to keep you healthy. So something to think about. There's a reason why everything has a season and why everything's planted at a certain time of year. So, all right, everybody. Catch you on the next one, Bluegrass Homestead. Like us on Facebook, Instagram. Goingoffgrid.shop's our store. Please go. Goingoffgrid.shop. Thanks. Bye-bye.